Hi everybody! I'm filming this intro on my phone because the audio on my computer is not very good, I'm finding, when I'm recording video. So today I'm going to be discussing how I use Padlet in library instruction. Overall, I think it's a really good whiteboard tool to use to kind of add some brief moments of interactivity when you are to break up lectures or demonstrations, database demonstrations. I usually use Padlet to facilitate icebreakers at the beginning of instruction, and then I've also used Padlet to demonstrate how to break up research questions into keywords. Personally, I use the free version of Padlet, which allows you to create 3 separate Padlets at a time, or always have active 3 separate Padlets at a time, but you can subscribe to Padlet for $10 a month, and you can make unlimited Padlets. So let's dive into my demonstration. So as you can see, I have 3 active Padlets currently here on my dashboard. First, I'm going to take you to my icebreaker Padlet, right here. So this is what a Padlet looks like. It's kind of just like a bulletin. I have it looking like a bulletin board, but it's just a wall, and you can add responses. So what I do is I share this link, copy into clipboard, to the Zoom chat, and then students click on the link and it brings them here to this page, right here. And I just ask them to answer this question: what was the last thing you researched? And you can switch up this question, of course, to whatever you want as your icebreaker. And then students just use this little plus icon down here to write in their answers. And that gives me the opportunity to kind of go through some of the answers with them. And, it's been pretty fun to respond to what students have researched in the past. And so this kind of is a really good, it's an alternative to being in person and just having students writing things on the board or something like that. So I'm next going to take you to, firstly I wanted to say that those student responses are anonymous, and students do not have to sign up to respond to a Padlet. Right here. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I've also used Padlet like this to break up to kind of demonstrate how students can break up a research question into key concepts. So what I do here is I do not share the link at first. What I do is I share my screen with students. I share my screen of this Padlet with students. And then I say, okay, within this research question, how are online users experiencing or addressing privacy on social networking sites like Instagram and Facebook? I ask them to pick out some keywords, key concepts they see in this question, and then I actually write them. So a student would say online users, and then I'd add this, and I'd add online users. And then a student would say social networking, and so I'd add social networking. And then after I've added the main concepts that students have identified in this question, I then share this link in the chat, and I ask students to add comments underneath each of the keywords, brainstorming similar concepts, narrower concepts, broader concepts, synonyms, to these main keywords. And then this is the keyword chart that I use when I demonstrate a database. Alright, so to make a Padlet, what you do is you're here on the main page, you just click Make a Padlet, and then you can click on any one of these templates. I usually use the wall feature, so you can select. And here you can change the title, the description, wallpaper, you can change color scheme. So you can also change the posting and the content settings, which is handy. So right now you see attribution, display author name above each post. So you can do that. You can either have that on or off. I usually keep it anonymous. You can allow viewers to comment on posts. So right now I don't have that option selected. So so you'll see that if I add something, we don't have the option to add a comment, but when I turn this on, students can now add a comment, or whoever has the link to this Padlet. You can also add reactions. You could either like or vote. You see it changing right here. Star, great. And then you can also do content filtering. You could require approval. I've never done this before. I do filter profanity. I've never done the approval before. These posts do come up in real time, so students are writing and you're seeing the posts come up as they write. So if you're concerned that students are going to post anything inappropriate, then you could require approval. I haven't had that experience, but I have had colleagues who have experienced students when they get the chance to be anonymous, typing inappropriate answers. And then you could filter profanity as well, right here. So I've mostly used the wall template, but you can use other templates. One that I have found to be interesting but haven't really used in instruction is the timeline. So if you go right here, this timeline, I just quickly kind of made a little something, the research process. So this would be the timeline right here. You could have students make a timeline interactively with each other, or you can do it beforehand. And so if you go here, select, make a timeline, you can add little spots on this timeline. So there are a bunch of other really cool templates that you could use: grid, stream, canvas, shelf, back channel, map, timeline. And you could either be as creative or straightforward as you want with this. So I'm going to just go back into this. You can have students, if you click on these three little dots, you can have students upload a picture from their computer. You can have students take a picture in real time. You can have students look things up on Google. So if I wanted cats, the images, that comes up as one of my posts. You can also capture video from your camera, do a voice recording, record your screen and have it up here, draw, which is fun. Same. Alright, so there are kind of a bunch of cool things that you can have students do here. I use it pretty as a straightforward whiteboard. I haven't really played around with the more creative side of Padlet, but it could be fun to do in instruction. And that's pretty much all I have to show you all today. So thank you for coming on this journey through Padlet with me, and I hope you've learned a few tips to take forward in your own instruction.